accurate are BIA smart scales? As technology improves, we continue to see new innovations and features added to existing products, and an increasingly popular example of this within the health and fitness industry is the use of smart scales, claiming to not only be more accurate than your traditional set of bathroom scales, but also provide you with other helpful pieces of data. That said, smart scales sound like they could be a worthwhile addition to your weight loss or weight management journey. So in today's video, I'll delve into whether these smart scales truly live up to their claims or if they're simply a complete waste of your money. So let's first of all describe what smart scales actually do. They do serve as the basic function of providing you with your body weight measurement, as all scales should. But on top of this measurement, the smart scales claim to provide several additional health metrics, including total body water, current body fat percentage, your current lean body mass, your BMI reading, visceral fat levels, and bone mass. Now, this all sounds great, but how can they measure all these things? Smart scales use a method of analysis known as bioelectrical impedance, also abbreviated as BIA. So bioelectrical impedance analysis measures a lean body mass by passing a low-level electrical current through the body and analyzing how it interacts with different tissues. So if you're wondering how it works, let me provide you some insight with a simplified explanation of this process. So different tissues in the body conduct electricity slightly differently. Lean tissue, for example, such as our muscle and our organs, contain more water and electrolytes, making them better conductors of electrical impulses compared to fat, which has a lower water content. Electrical current flow. The BIA device sends a low-intensity electrical current through the body via electrodes that are typically placed on the hands and the feet. Resistant measurement. As the current passes through the body, the BIA device measures the resistance it encounters. Resistance is essentially anything that opposes the flow of that electrical current. Next is the impedance calculation and the body composition estimation. The BIA then calculates the impedance measurement combined with other simple measures such as our height, weight, age, and gender to estimate body composition. So with that out of the way, are smart scales an accurate way to measure our body composition? Unfortunately, the answer is no. There are numerous studies that have shown how widely inaccurate the readings from both bioelectrical impedance scales and smart scales can be. The measurements provided can be easily influenced by a number of factors, including the time of the day the measurement is taken and the timing of your last meal. Now, what is arguably the most important influence on the level of accuracy is hydration status. So just think about all the variables that could influence your hydration or your total body water. Think about the ambient air temperature and how much you sweat as a result, to how much exercise we perform and the intensity that it's performed at, not to mention our previous day's training efforts and the influence this has on our hydration status. And this is due to the acute inflammatory response to a difficult workout and the subsequent fluid retention. Now, do bioelectrical impedance analysis measures have any benefit at all? Well, despite the aforementioned downsides to BIA, there still can be some value. First and foremost, all methods of measuring body composition have some margin of error. So this should not completely rule out the usage of BIA. So if you factor this margin of error into your measurements and consistently use a single method of measurement, for example, you use the same smart scale or any measuring tool for that matter in the same location for all of your measurements, then we can remove this variance that would otherwise arise through the use of different devices and measurement types. Basically, what this means is that while each recording of your smart scale will not be an accurate or true value, any additional readings that you take afterwards will have the same margin of error already factored in. So if you observe a decrease between readings, then you can be pretty confident that that value has decreased, even if the absolute value doesn't reflect a true measurement. In fact, you'll often hear me refer to this as relative change when I'm discussing the use of smartwatches and estimated caloric expenditure. Additionally, some smart scales can be linked to your phones and will automatically record and upload your measurements to your health and workout apps. While this may not sound like such a big benefit, this can, however, be extremely helpful for certain individuals, especially those who are extremely time poor, where transferring your data from one place to another can become rather time consuming, or for those folks who tend to find themselves fixated on their scale weight, or just dreading the numbers they see when weighing in on a standard analog scale. Most of these devices will allow you to link up your scales to either record the measurements on your phone or even a loved one's phone, and only view the measurements at set intervals. For example, once per month or at any cadence that you prefer, so that no manual data transfer is even required. For anyone who is proactively working towards improving their self-image and they're practicing the act of letting go of their struggles with scale weighing, these unique features can certainly help facilitate this process. So, should you purchase a smart scale? Well, balancing this decision is tough, and I say that largely due to the fact that in recent years, smart scales have definitely shed their premium status and can now be acquired at prices that are much the same as those no-frills body weight scales. While there are certainly a number of specific attributes and features of smart scales that possibly validate the slightly higher price tag compared to traditional analog scales, and just to recap what these are, their inherent capacity to link up with your mobile phone and help some users avoid scale weight triggers, their validity and reliability for other health metrics are likely unreliable. More importantly, if the act of monitoring your body weight feels triggering, my honest advice would be to consider working on better understanding the underlying cause and strive towards a gradual removal of weight tracking from your daily routine. Instead, I encourage you to focus on redirecting your efforts and attention towards building a more confident sense of self and explore alternative measures of measuring or tracking your progress. If you're wondering what these non-scale related metrics might be, check out my previous videos where I list a number of non-body weight, non-scale metrics that I recommend to track your progress towards achieving a healthier, fitter, and stronger you. One final point I'll make is this. I can categorically say is you should never spend hundreds of dollars on a premium smart scale. The price tag will be inflated simply by marketing, and the scales themselves will likely provide you with no additional value or accuracy, just because they're more expensive, unless, of course, you find yourself in the market for a DEXA. So I hope that clarifies any questions that might have arisen surrounding the accuracy of smart scales, along with my personal recommendations for scale weighing. Also, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to my channel, and take a look in the description below where you can learn more about smart devices along with all of my other products and services. I'll see you in my next video.